Now see this. Jack. This is what happened in Parliament today. It was a simple question people were posing to Ken Ofori-Atta, and I took my time to monitor. My team were all monitoring. Now, there's something you need to know. The question Ken Ofori-Atta was asked was a simple question. That question was asked on the 1st of June 2021. And you Ken Ofori-Atta, the simple question is, Akufo-Addo travels, no? Can you tell us how much it cost? Yema usika una hwe sika so. Ye wa sorry dem. Una we accountant. Sika bia ye be yama eye ekuo bia no ewo unsem na fa. Una wotumi fa phone. Onko na tumi fa phone frɛ men's fellowship for accountant ka chen say men's fellowship for leader. Me ma mutu Ghana cedis. Modi se mo koto ka na mo koto no. Mato fa receipt send me or say otumi the receipt send o. Ubetuma fa phone frɛ women's fellowship. Leader no say hey Fre mo treasure na mame nkasa me na me head of asori we me na me the accountant here me na me ma musika 2 Ghana cedis mo so dey call rally was at the end no makwaba for receipt they send them. So you know the amount of money you gave them, and when they are sending you receipt you know how much they are sending you. Inti you don't have anybody overseeing your job. You send out the money. Inti say ye disikama asori for singing band na yes so for mo kwahin. And I saw for catch accountant say, oh, yeah, Dambai, yeah, conference. And I saw accountant say, okay, moko conference mutu free or boasia all the way to Dambai no. Ebe cost 1,000 Ghana into Monje na monko. Now, Oma kwaba, and I saw for na ebusa say, Oma mo call Dambai ba and I saw for di yo monim no. Ye pesi ebusa say, sika say no mo say no kodu Dambai omo de baye. Na accountant ne catch romo say wini bibi ene de for security reasons nti mentumi nka sika me de ma mo kire romo na mo nkobusa sofo no na sofo ne betuma yi ano ye njimi ne ete Ghana. So that is what transpired in Ghana in Parliament today. And this guy comes around wearing white telling you to free Nyankopon ne wa abotre ko pass as in nashim. Ofori-Atta is the devil's incarnate. Don't you people know? A simple thing. If I give the president money, the president takes our money to fly from here to France, and I want to know how much it costs. I don't care about maybe a president die because what I need is or two plane free Accra to go to France. You know how much did it cost? Or Tofi was saying, I don't care about the hotel he slept, almost security features. That is the job of national security. So national security takes. I want to know what happened. If you were saying how much did you spend? That is it because I oversee the money. I don't need to call the national security to tell Mr. President that for so and I'll die for so no. Yeah, the police for 3 garden into security reasons. Into you to me can't tell how much we spent there. Are you sick? Because of security reasons, into you cannot tell us how much the president spent on his trip. We are not a country, we are a bunch of foolish idiots. And we allow this guy to come stand in parliament, and young politicians who care about the country, like Agongo, like Ablakwa, like Atoforsen, pushing this guy to give us answers. We have a speaker of parliament sitting there thinking it's a joke. He pushes some questions away. And when you speak like this, people want to defend the speaker. Because if the speaker had allowed them to scrutinize Ofori-Atta, he wouldn't have lied and walk away with these lies. I say Alban Bagbin is the biggest pretender in our politics today. Now listen to what happened in Parliament today. First, listen to Ablakwa.
I am most grateful, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, I rise to ask the Honourable Minister for Finance how much the President's recent official travels to France, Belgium and South Africa in May this year cost the Ghanaian taxpayer.
Yes, Honourable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in line of the 2021 budget implementation instructions, the Ministry of Finance did not release any funds to the Chief of Staff specifically for His Excellency the President's trip to France, Belgium, and South Africa, or any other destination. The current practice is that the Ministry of Finance releases quarterly funds to the heads of department, in this case, Office of Government Machinery, the Chief of Staff, for all the operational activities of the office. To facilitate the safe coordination of the President's travels, domestic and foreign, that is, the Office of Government Machinery and the National Security Secretariat work together to achieve this. Mr. Speaker, the President's domestic and are matters to do with national security. The National Security Minister is really best placed, Mr. Speaker, to furnish this Honorable House with the details needed.
All that he said is nonsense. He was just filibustering. He knows Ghanaians are foolish. Speak grammar. Don't lift up your head. Just speak slowly. Just act as if you are humble. Still, indirectly, and make them feel God is in control. He didn't answer the question. It was a direct question from Blakwa. Tell us. Because you see, for him to just even tell Ghanaians, say, he is not the right person to give us the answer, shows this guy is a thief, is a liar. You know why? Because on the 1st of June, you were told to come talk about this particular thing, and you told Ghanaians you needed time. Now, what made you say you needed time? It means you have accepted, you need to answer the question. That's why I keep saying, say, he's using the Jane Mensah strategy of lies. Also, Babema answers in a box. The time catch, I'm not going to give answers. Go and ask the agent at different police stations who brought the numbers in. Me, dear, I'm the last person who gave you the number, so I'm not going to step in the box. Even though she said she would be in the box to speak. They all use the Jane Mensah devilish kind of strategy. Jane Mensah Jezebel, and he comes to stand here. So why is it that in the first place, you didn't tell us that you are not the person to give us these answers, and that the national security have to give us answers? We waited from the 1st of June to the 21st of July for you to come and tell us that you don't have answers. We should go to national security. It's the biggest insult in our life. And I see the man sitting up there, Speaker of Parliament, doesn't have a problem with this. He thinks it's a joke. He sits there and he says, yeah, this is a supplementary question. This is not a joke. The man has wasted our time for no reason. The man does not respect you, Alban Bagbin. This morning, when you were opening, after you were opening Parliament, you were like, yes, the honeymoon is over. That was what Alban Bagbin was saying. Yes, the honeymoon is over. Everything is going to be done right. Speaker, the honeymoon can only be over when those miscreants, those criminals who destroy the wedding service itself are dealt with. You see, the honeymoon, it can be over. It is never over. You know why? Because those fools who destroyed that anniversary, the wedding itself, they have not been punished. So you cannot come out and say the honeymoon is over. You people are still in honeymoon. You are on honeymoon because you, the leader, you don't understand what is happening. You still don't get it. You still see yourself as you have control over everything. You don't. You were supposed to tell the minister, you know what, when this question was posed to you the first day, you were supposed to tell us you are not the right person to answer, and then the national security minister is supposed to do that. You wait. We waste our money, resource. Wait. You get here and you tell us you are not the right person to answer. To insult us in the face? The despicable thing is he does not feel any respect, anything out of this. He says it and walks. And then the mainstream media ignores this. And this guy, now Otuo, near Susan so Ken Ofori-Atta is changing Ghana. This guy is a liar. Now listen. After his lies, now Ato Forson, who has been at the Ministry of Finance, also had a question to ask him. Here Ofori-Atta, here Ato Forson. Mesebo Parliament number. There are more intelligent people though. A Jimmy for the dorsal. And you see, in Kofrana Mudi Omatam, because they were standing on their feet, babies with sharp teeth, they are more intelligent than those fools on that side. You know that? No fool from that side was able to pose a question to Ken Ofori-Atta because or your MPP, if he ask Ken Ofori-Atta about the president trips or the NSCA na Ekufuado be pamno ntom do mu Jimmy no mokwase agusa side ho no motewo. Why are you asking this? Why are you asking this? And you think you have a parliament? You have cider, air chicken. I'm telling you, they are foolish. They are there licking the butt of Ekufuado. Nobody could ask a question from that side and says, Ken Ofori-Atta, the money that the president flew with is the taxpayers' money. Tell us, Jimmy for Muguo. Obi ankasa Kennedy di omatem no motewo chema wontumi di omatem no motewo abronye di omatem omo Jimmy because a party nti no mo baaye. Listen to Ato Forson and listen to intelligent questions. After that, tie what Adongo asked this guy. I want to say a Jimmy Ford or MPP side hono. They think this is a joke. It is not. Now let's listen to Ato Forson. The question he posed to Ken Ofori-Atta.
So, if Honorable Ato Forson wants to ask a supplementary question, why not?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to ask the Minister of Finance, using the Public Financial Management Act 2016, Act 921. Mr. Speaker, the PFM Act 2016, in Section 102, interpretations, interpret minister to mean Minister of Finance. Mr. Speaker, again, if you are to look at the PFM Act, Section 4.1, Mr. Speaker, with your permission, if I may read, it says, the minister is responsible for policy and strategic matters related to the efficient operations of the public financial management systems of the country, subject to policy guidance from Cabinet. The Speaker, the 2 says, for the purposes of subsection 1, and subject to the Constitution and any other enactment, the minister shall, Mr. Speaker, I'm more interested in E, F, and H. And the E says, the minister shall account for public funds through a consolidated public account. That's E. And Mr. Speaker, F goes on to say the minister shall supervise the financial operations of a covered entity. Mr. Speaker, the national security is a covered entity under this law. The Office of Chief of Staff is a covered entity under this law. The law empowers the minister responsible for finance to supervise their activities. The Speaker, it goes on in H to say that, H says that, Mr. Speaker, with your permission, it says that manage public funds. So, Mr. Speaker, the law empowers our Minister of Finance with all of this. My question, Mr. Speaker, my question is, based on the Public Financial Management Act, is the minister responsible for finance saying that he could not ask for information, since he's the minister responsible, he's the supervising minister responsible for public funds from the national security and the chief of staff's office? That's my question.
This sums it up. And the guy didn't answer the question. He came to filibuster. He came to lie. He did not even answer the question. That disrespect. Oh dear, yeah. MPP from Gusasa and I say Moabi no Muguo. Ayomu ya say ye busomo say sikana ya no sikana send ye no. Omu di Jimmy to side ho. And no more yeah. I don't know who busa question no. And sometimes you sit there and say in one a good parliament or MPP for side answer the yes, because you were in Nipa or NDC side or Mubusa nyansa question for the people they represent. They went to parliament to speak for the people they represent. And you say Ghana for sika. And I'm question for good outside one almost say I don't know who say I didn't that. But you see, it hurts. It's appalling. And do sometime we want to even quit this because a Jimmy Fono does no Ghana do. Yeah, a Jimmy Fono does too much. Ghana is not ready. Ghana is a fucked up country. It's a fucked up country. It's a messed up country. And Jimmy Foreman and a Jimmy Foreman because when you sit down and analyze these things from far, you realize a Jimmy Foreman Dawson. And we can do all that we want to do now. And a Corona say a Jimmy Foreman de Corona so and a Jimmy Foreman Jimmy na sign Jimmy Foreman into Jimmy Foreman Dawson change and Safono. And now Ofori-Atta made a statement, said, free SHS no, yemfa loan and funding free SHS ni baby ada. Adongo posed the question to him, and he posed the question with facts. Now watch and hear what the finance minister said.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, it is true that the question is not on gift mix. But the Minister for Finance sitting in his office has the authority to query gift mix and get any information about expenditure that has been captured in gift mix. But Mr. Speaker, when you release money to agencies in bulk, expenditures from those monies must go through an approval and a warrant process. And that warrant process commits the expenditure to specific item lines. And so we are not asking of the bulk money you sent to the office of the president, but the expenditures emanating from those monies went through a budget approval process and warrants were issued committed to specific expenditure lines. And once it is entered into that expenditure line, the minister sitting in his office is the only person in Ghana who can access that information at any level of detail. So for the minister to say that he needs to get the information from another ministry, when with the press of the button, you can query the specific expenditure item called travel and tell the details on those travels. Mr. Speaker, I think he's avoiding the question. Did they issue warrants in order to pay expenditures relating to the president? And where was it entered? In the gift notes.
Yeah. Honorable members, we move on to the next question.
He just ignores the question. He just ignores it. This is a very important question. And he ignores it because he knows that the finance minister sitting there is lying. Alban Bagbin cannot prove. You see, sometimes people think it's personal. It is not personal. It is the deliberate things they are doing there. So people hail Alban Bagbin. He is an honest man. He is there to change parliament. He is not there to change anything. I'm disappointed in him because this is a deliberate attempt to shield the criminal finance minister. And he did several times today. That's why sometimes I sit here, I said, this speaker is a waste of everybody's time. What is he doing there? Your job is to tell the guy to answer the question. And then he sits there, shields the finance minister and said, this is not a supplementary question. This does not, this question has value. This question can open so many doors for people to see the kind of person standing in front of us. So who is supposed to ask questions now? And what questions are people supposed to ask? Do they have to go all the way back again and start a process to come bring this guy back again to be asked questions? This foolishness in this country is enough. Sometimes we don't want to do this again. Sometimes we just want to quit this. Jimmy $4 for Ghana too much. And then he just ignores this question. How can you ignore this question? Free SHS issue by Adongo asked this guy specific questions. So this Speaker of Parliament, the problem we are going through now is because he is there to defend these criminals. No, President Teddy, he still has that pain in his heart. That's what I'm saying, my northern brothers and sisters, we are our own enemies. What are you doing? Who are you serving here? Who are you protecting? If this question is not important, then what is important again in Parliament? There's no need any parliamentarian to ask a question again. If they bring because the National Security Minister will come and say it's not his responsibility. Because of national security issues, he can't stay in Parliament. Though, where do we go? The man who paid the money is not answering. And the Speaker of Parliament, who has been in Parliament for whatever years, sits there, laughs, moves around and say,